As the first step, let me update my apt package index using a sudo get update. I go to my terminal and give the command sudo apt get update. I give my password. It's done. Now let me just see what is the next step. I go to the URL and see what is the next step. So in the next step, I need to install all packages that are required for the app to use a repository over the HTTPS. So I copy this command, go to the terminal and run the command. It's done. So I have installed all the packages. Let me clear this first. So what is the next step? So we go to the URL again and see what is the next step. So in the next step, I'm going to add the Docker's official GPG key. So here I run the curl command again in my terminal. Sorry, there is a extra sign, $sign while I copied, so I'll just update it again. Okay, now it's ready. Now let's see what is the other next step. Now I am going to verify if my fingerprint is correct with that of the Docker. So I use the command sudo apt key fingerprint and go to the terminal and paste it. So the fingerprint key is starting with 9DC8. This is the thing, and it is verified in the URL. You can see the key provided by them, and if it is same, that means Docker installation is going on fine. So you have the key here. So now I need to use the apt to set up my stable repository, and in order to get the required repository details, I need to find out the correct version or distribution of my Ubuntu system. With the help of lsb release command, you will be able to understand the distribution type of your Ubuntu system. So just copy this command with the release details. So it will copy the required repository. It will set up the required repository. Go to the terminal. You can follow the exact steps that is there in the URL and you are good to go. So it is setting up the repository and it is done. Let me do a clear here. So what is the next step? Let's go to the URL again. So in the next step, again you need to update the apt pack indents. Again it is updated. Yes, it is done. So in the next step, install the Docker CE and Docker CE CLI and containerd. With this command, it will install the latest version of Docker. So it is done. So as I said before, this will update or install the latest Docker. If you want a particular version, you can get sudo apt-get install Docker, give the version you want to install. So in this way also you can install Docker. Now Docker installation over, and let us see whether the installation went correct. So I'm going to run a hello world container. I'm going to create a Docker container hello world. So what it is? So there is hello from Docker. This means that we have all the installation correct. So let me run this. So hello world is the container image. So I'll be pulling out the hello world image and running the container. If you're not able to understand how this works just now, it is probably fine. You will learn it in another half an hour.